Washington.
This your boy, Martin for here once again. Well, hey, what's going on? This your boy Jamarty 4 here once again, and I am joined once more by my extra special guest host, Mr. Matty Rance. How are you, my dear?
Fabulous, darling. How are you, friend?
I feel amazing. You know, one with oneself. Amen.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? When you mind your business and worried about you. Just you. Not jumping into any arguments that you don't need to be in. Not lying on people. Not being the passenger of 57. I'm not talking about Halle Berry either. But, you know, thanks for having me back. I am ready.
So, as you can see from the title, we are here to discuss last night's episode, or Sunday night's episode, of gstatus ATL Hustle, episode 5, part 2.
Huh.
And, you know, last week it was a doozy. It was quite the doozy. And I'm actually surprised that episode, that review did very well.
Shout out to everybody that joined us.
It did very well. For as long as it was, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
But the girls tuned in, and baby, it was fun. So we're gonna go ahead and dive right into this episode. So, what did we think? We recovered from last week when they were discussing all the things that Delicious said. We don't need to necessarily rehash those again
but we will later.
Oh yes, but not right now.
But we will later.
Oh yes. But you know what? She let us know last week when all this stuff happened. She let us know, hey, this next coming episode that does resurface again. But after that, we're good. I'm like, damn.
That is not a Band-Aid. That is not Neosporin. This continue.
We have to go through this again. But you know what? It is what it is. It's part of the show. And as I've said in each one of these reviews, I don't hold, any like real life, like I'm going to fight you in the street if I find you. Like, no, I'm just going to talk about what was shown upon my screen and go from there.
That's
okay?
Lovely. That is lovely, Jamar. That's nice of you. And I'm just going to keep it real. I'll just say it like that. And that'd be it. I'm just going to keep it real. I also would like to say, before we even start into this, there was a lot of text in scripture that I had to read this week about, by the way, and it felt to me like the part where Redrick, who I was very proud of this episode, by the way. Ooh, Redrick. We'll get there. But there was the beginning conversation that fell upon last week's episode, and they said, we had to cut the conversation because of the language or words that were being used. Clip to the next scene, and I said, wait a minute, whoa. That was too bad?
They actually cut it off. I think that they edited that last week and decided to cut it off.
Okay.
After the backlash.
Because, baby, I said, was there more? I was looking for a bowl.
Well, after they've given us this whole recap, we actually are kind of picked back up at this Stop the Violence event. Now, I'm gonna say some words I never thought I would say this whole season.
Oh.
And that I actually, I feel like I need to cleanse. I'm gonna have to take a bath after this video.
Wait. Gather your spirit and show us the way. What's happening?
No, because, okay. 4 versus December.
Oh. Well, with the...
I hated 4 less this week.
4 less. Ross for less?
Food for less. No, like, anybody that's against December is for me. And that may not be fair, but so what? Because again, based off what I see on screen,
child, she came to a NAACP event zooted. There's the start of that story. Now, 4, it's lovely to see you come to your senses because you also probably realize as a castmate on this cast, this is not a good look for you. Okay, remember at the beginning of the season, you were fighting with Dre Bumber. Okay, that's what was happening. That's what you was going through. This girl came kookity out to an NAACP event, couldn't stand for the Black National Anthem, has the nerve to come outside with no mother microphone on and get in a full argument with you. I'm so glad somebody said that. And hold the tea in all China, bitch. Devon, I love you, my friend. You're not my friend, but you my friend in my head. My God, bless you for having sage, and for why is this the theme of the episode of people who were originally in the argument getting in fights? I'm trying to figure this out. You burning sage, but ready to turn her up at the same time. I'm wondering why Dre Simber even ran to or came to Devon, or maybe Devon said something, you know, Dre Simber's slick mouth with no microphone. How did you hear him? How could you hear him?
They could, because they were there, but it's just like, y'all could have mic'd him. That would have been so, no. That scene was, it couldn't fulfill its full potential because we only heard one side. I wanted to hear whatever kind of comebacks that Dre Simber had, because there were some accusations that were made.
Oh, bitch. The carpet, apparently.
The carpet.
You became best friends with my roommate. I thought y'all didn't like my roommate. My roommate didn't like you. Now y'all best friends. What's that tea? Now that gives me like 4. You having troubles in your home environment? I wouldn't have said all that, but okay. But that was you blasting.
We came for blood. But you know what? I kind of feel like, Forrest, I understand why he was saying it. Because like everybody was against you at that hibachi place, but I was the only one in your corner fighting and throwing plates for you and lying about it.
As somebody who he was cool with before. At Devon, when they said that, like, girl, we never had a problem until that day. I said, okay.
And you going up behind my back talking shit about me?
Now, did you see?
Then again, you know your friend, and you shouldn't be surprised. Because we can pick that up immediately. Y'all been friends for a long time, and you're surprised.
And you calling her a cocaine. And you calling her a little bump queen, and I'm thinking to myself, so you didn't share nothing with her? And y'all cool, like that's on college
They shared it.
You know that's one key for you is another key for me. Like that was that, very much. But can we talk about Akeem pulling Dre Simber back into the conversation every single time she was about to walk away? And Akeem's like, no, talk it out. You didn't think I didn't see that old Dusty? You didn't think I didn't see that old ventriloquist dummy looking ass? I saw you pulling that back.
I swear she is about uplifting. Let this be my child. Let me be a mentor. Let's bring together. You are messy. You want people to get together because you want people to fight. You want people to fight, argue, and you live for the bullshit.
Yes. And that's it. That's that on that closed case. Stenographer, could you read that back for us, please? Very that. So.
Yeah, 4 got her together, and they put all these kind of clips of when she used to have like the old bag when she was getting with Sharaj. Like, you got
same outfit, same pants, sweatpants, and the same backpack. I said, girl, now I know someone has seen me walk across the street with that on, but I'd never be on a reunion with the same look. I'd never be in the next episode with the same. This is the camera.
Ooh, are they gonna let Dre Simber come to the reunion? Is that a case? They don't.
Well, no, she'll come, but she'll be in the audience because she's gonna have to pay for her ticket, and she will not have a mic.
She'll be screaming. That was kind of pussy. He was like, you tried to make me like the Marlo, but I'm on the actual cast roster, and you're
with a backwards hat, trying to yell at people while holding your drink, trying to get your little stuffily old coconut knees together. Okay, we saw how you was twisting and walking, sister. That was a good old nasty one.
High as a kite on planet Mars.
Zoop! I still can't get over how Dre Simber and 4 rolled there together, mad at each other. Y'all came together? That was production.
When you make back a ride.
Oh my God. But oh my God, I just thought about that.
Because Atlanta's not like New York City or LA.
No.
Where there's public transportation.
No.
There's to almost anywhere.
Knowing she probably live on the outskirts where she can't afford the rent. Yes, all right.
And unless you want to pay that Uber, you'll get you a good Judy.
Child, listen to me talk. Oh my God. Okay. Next part of this episode, Jabbar, please. I can't talk about December snow nose anymore.
Oh my Lord. Well,
that was a clean
the next scene, according to my notebook, is this lounge. I wanted to say they call it the XL lounge.
The strip mall. Yes, come on.
You did see like the Chinese place out there.
Baby, there was a loan office, 1% check cashing included. There was a Mexican restaurant that looked like they had good chips and salsa.
Ike is there. Our guy shows up. Akeem is there. Delicious and Sherrod arrive in their normal fashion.
Listen, you're not even doing it justice, friend. Everyone had their own soundbite for their entrances as to why they showed up to the strip mall club bar lounge. And Akeem's was the worst. Akeem.
What did he say?
So this ugly mother, he was talking about someone that he doesn't like or he's not cool with for like 2 minutes just to get to, he invited me here, so here I am. And it was like everyone else had like maybe a little quick minute except for, Sherrod, the passenger. Excuse me, let me stop. Let me not do this. Sherrod's ride, and Sherrod got out and did this weird little tactful moment, not tactful, tacky moment of the camera spinning around trying to give their best, directed by X type of feel, okay? As Delicious got out in the cheapest dress I done ever seen, girl. Them wigs is right, them dresses are cheap. And apparently, Sherrod and his slick comb over, you know what I'm talking about, that Wonder Bread twins activate foolishness on the side of his head. I was like, what is this? And they're like, well, you need to get ready. You need to get ready. And Delicious, ready for what? And it's this full-on moment of fuckery because I know as they're about to walk in, this is going to be a scene of some shit.
The comments reflected on Jamar 84's channel do not reflect those of Jamar 84. But no,
I didn't lie. That's why you walked away. I didn't lie, unlike Delicious. Oh.
I hate you.
Like, you're welcome for your segue.
I hate you. But, child, this was probably one of the messiest and most unnecessary scenes I've probably seen in a long time.
They could have done that better. Yeah.
Because I understand. I felt the cold shoulder, the shade, the daggers. That when Delicious was in there, they were already there taking selfies. Our guy showed up. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" Gave Akeem a hug. I want to say he gave somebody else a hug. He's like, "Yeah."
But Tramel was worse because nobody was there just yet, and it was just one person, and then Sherrod and Delicious, and Tramel walked up, gave a hug, and not even like a quick whoop. It was like this away. But your interview outfit, Tramel. Ooh.
Some people live for it. The little black number.
The Miley Cyrus can't be tamed.
Get out of my fucking head, bitch.
That one full choreography moment.
Don't no one else know that video. That video was not promoted. That album was not promoted. Why do you know it?
It was the after Disney Miley when she was like, I'm no longer Hannah Montana. I'm like almost black.
So at this club, for some reason, we understand why our guy feels the way that he does about Delicious. She's making these outrageous claims against his best friend. And there's still just like a muffle in the community, like whether or not we believe it or not. I'm like...
Well, because her answers are, it is what it is, and what do you think? And I mean, look at me. Like as if anybody would be pleased as punch to sleep.
I need concrete... I need the video.
In her case, I need the physical act. I need Midsummer teas, baby, where they're all just sitting in that one room. For anyone who saw that, you're gonna get my reference. I need a full view. I need to have front row seats. I didn't even pay for this. It was free. Because I wouldn't pay $50.
You know what? I do know many a hoe.
She did that to herself, though.
But not a whole session. Like what you were talking about, you were serving. If you were serving PP like that,
I'm like, girl, if it's $50, that's Pose days, bitch. That's Angel at the Piers. What are you talking about?
That's maybe like a little hand job and maybe a little something in the driver's seat.
Less than an hour. Why am I giving y'all? We don't know this.
What
Hold on, we don't know this.
We don't know anything about that.
Oh my God, I don't know that. But for those of you who do, please in the comment section, let us know what the actual scheduling would be. I only can tell you what I've seen on television.
Akeem decided to do this and stir the pot.
Wait, Akeem did this? When?
Yes, Akeem did this.
Was that the first? Because 4 was the second, if we're going to do all that.
4 was later. 4 after, because when Akeem and Argyle was having a conversation.
When he sat next to Argyle.
Kind of leaning in, like, what's going on?
So Akeem, yeah, you're right. Akeem hopped his little ventriloquist dummy ass on over to the next seat and sat on Tramel's lap so he could be talking. And so, and sat on Argyle's lap because Tramel was in the back somewhere pretending to be fabulous. So, girl, I was like, I was here for him being in the club lounge whenever the fight was happening. But I hate when people talk about themselves in such a higher capacity than they need to when they already are showing that they're a better person by not being in the mess. Like, you don't got to talk about it like that. It doesn't make your story more interesting. But this is not about this is not about Tramel. This is about, Slappy the Dummy and the rest of the Goosebumps cast. So Akeem sat over there and said, "Why are you not going to talk to him?" Our guy looking at him like, "You bitch, like, are you for real? Like, we're doing this now?" He lied on my friend, and our guy is to ride or die.
Oh yes, I mean, now that's a friend.
That's a friend.
Your friend is in a different state, and you are still fighting their battles on their honor.
And holding it down too. Held it down while the other party wasn't even there, who the accusation was about. Eyebrows up. That time at church, did you right, sister? Sure
and
did.
That's still that unit that she's wearing in this confessional.
It's like mommy. Oh,
there's sprayed sheen sprayed all over there.
That necklace too. I'm like, okay, this is. I would say yes.
Absolutely, and they're having their conversation. He's expressing his feelings, which is very valid. And yet, 4 is over on the other side, just kind of listening in, trying to be like, "Oh well, I've been here for about 3 minutes. I'm bored. I'm ready to see some drama, so I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna listen in to see what I can get." And blah blah blah. I'm like.
Tight shirt, messy tees. Tight shirt, messy tees. Mm-hmm.
If you were our guy in this situation, you don't know 4. You've never seen, or you may have seen him, maybe. I don't even know if they've been in the scene together at the same time.
Our guy handled it very well.
You don't know him, and yet he's all in your business talking about some, oh, well, maybe she did do it.
Maybe
this is Atlanta. Like, you don't know what they do. I don't know, like.
You have no knowledge of what's going on. You just heard bits and pieces and you want to be messy. 4, that was a disgusting look. That's
you
fine.
You don't know neither one of them. So how would you?
You're so MTV, girl. You're so MTV. What's the tea? That was very, very TV one of you. No, let's not do TV one like that. No, we won't do TV one like that. That was very Ion Network.
Ew.
Public. It was public restroom. Mm-hmm.
That was boredom. That was like you're not invested in any member of this conversation or any party that's happening in this discussion, and yet you are just giving all the opinions, all the 2 cents, the quarters, and the dimes. And I'm just like, why?
The whole segment with him always walking in. I don't know what happened, and then she was talking to me, and I'm like, because you involved yourself into this. You weren't even there for any of it. We didn't see you. You weren't there for that episode. Remember? You was, with your friend taking keys, open doors.
I swear, if he mentions MTV one more time.
Because
nobody knows what show you were on.
I really don't, and I'm not shading you, friend. I don't know where.
I'm not shading you, but if you're gonna pull the MTV, I'm gonna need you to tell us exactly what the show was, what the episode was.
How many episodes, bitch? I need to know the time frame that it took place. Was you on top 2? Did you make it to the final round of Chopped? What's tea? That's Food Network, but still.
Right. If you say I was on TV, I'm like, okay, in what capacity?
Are you the one? Like, real world? Couldn't be unless you're old? I don't know. So
no, if it was Real World, you would say Real World.
I would have been. Yeah, that would have been my kind of category if I was going to say what show. That would gross.
So let's move to the performance.
No, we're not. Next subject. Don't do that. I don't want to do that. You want to do that today? You want to do that today, Jamal?
It's again, I only talk about what was shown on my screen. Now,
hold on.
I typically don't go up for like hip hop performances, especially like in the club environment, because it's really too loud. You can't really hear what's going on. The sound was bad. And Delicious, they played you. I forget who it was that made the Simba reference. I want to say it was Akeem. Was it?
I don't remember because I had a tough time getting through that without giggling. I took so many screenshots of that face she was making.
They said that she was out here sounding like Simba growling. Why did they clip them together like that?
Listen. I mean, don't listen. That I'm gonna tell you. That girl, you was sitting down. Bush mouth. Got up and started walk. Girl, I couldn't take the big shit walk. I couldn't take it.
One thing I will give her, that wig was cute. I do want that wig though.
Girl, rah, 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 rah. Listen,
well, see, like,
no way.
But like, if you're like a hip hop artist, how do you? What is like? Because like, I feel like for the pop girls, they dance, they can do choreography. They do like when you're a hip hop girl, like what do?
You can dance a little bit on stage. You can give a little something, but it has to seem authentic. Remember, this is another person who continues to tell us about the product of their environment, but I don't see that environment other than you just saying words that you just want to say because it sounds cute.
Our guy was unenthused.
Enthused. That finger could have checked for COVID, bitch.
She was just doing the most. I thought Sherrod was gonna fight her. I thought Sherrod was about to fight her. Like,
you thought Sherrod was gonna fight her?
I wanted to see Sherrod fight her. So after all that commotion and debauchery, our guy asked Delicious, just come outside. We need to settle this because we about to do all this hearsay, all this other stuff inside. Let's just get to the bottom of this. So they come outside and they're like, okay, so look, I appreciate how you was treating my friend. I feel like you was spreading lies about my friend, and I just need to know, like, what's the tea? Like, so, because she said, I was there when you met. So when did y'all fuck? and
then, Delicious. What do you mean, baby? We already talked about this. What do you mean? That's what I said.
And Delicious, this is how I know you lying, because if this happened, like especially something like that's like a significant thing to happen. I don't believe you, because if this happened and you really wanted to put this out there that this happened, I would give you the time, date, location, latitude and longitude,
receipts
as to the occurrence that happened.
The receipts.
Because
where are they?
You were bobbing and weaving the truth, okay? You was doing some of this. And he's like, why you want to know, baby? You want next? That was the funniest part of the episode for me, was our guy's face. Which he was like,
I felt the earth shift. We didn't even know why there was issues with power last year, because I don't know when this was filmed or whatnot, but whenever that happened, the lights went out in Georgia. What?
Listen.
Designing women reference.
That is a scene. She wore her low to the ground about her sister.
The Sugar Bakers.
And that is why
the lights went out in Georgia. drag that lady trying to come for her sister in the back.
It spinned higher than any baton has ever spinned before, and it was on fire.
Yes, Tobias! Designing Women's an excellent show. If y'all haven't seen it, like, get into the 80s white women are our allies fantasy, because that's literally the entire season is progressive. Like, we're gonna talk about this today. We're talking about this today. When they got into the son who had the issues with being gay. Child. Okay, let's get back to this.
She got it together.
Yes, and I gotta say, our guy was once again, while direct in his approach, was able to keep his cool, which is why Delicious starting to act up made it all seem more that she was lying. Okay? Now, what's really the giggle, the gag, and the goop is when she started to take off her heels. I said, oh, you do know body language. When you remove an article of clothing in an argument with someone, I'm gonna get my ass beat. Body language. Because you're having to deconstruct the outfit that you got on, baby. I don't have to remove nothing to yank you. They're not that expensive. They're not that expensive. They're not that expensive.
Came off, and she was like getting round. I was like,
the lunge is what did it. The lunge. That's what did it for me. And Redrick, God bless you for being there and trying to make sense of the situation while Delicious is talking in riddles and circles. And you're like, you just didn't answer the question. Why does everyone know? I mean, you kind of dropped it on all of us. You said it.
We didn't ask for it. You proclaimed.
And it's like, we're supposed to just believe you. We're just supposed to believe you. Now, mind you, let's go back a couple episodes, Jamar. Our guy, Redrick, and Delicious were all filming a scene together with somebody else who's no longer a part of the cast for whatever text scripture he was given. So
that's shade.
I'm just saying, that's what it is. We're going to remove them, but give them like a 10-minute window to talk with bad makeup. Now, I was like, they were all kind of cool. And then this all happened over Charlie and Delicious wanting to assert herself over her friend who she felt like was being shaded, when in reality, it may not have been that super deep. This is what this is all accumulated from. And saying the N-word and calling someone a, F word, and, someone calling being, the T word, and then doing all that, and then cut this off, and I'm gonna bang you with this, and I'm gonna put my spooge on you, and all that kind of nasty stuff. No, baby, no. This ass, well, I would have said the ass whooping would have been warranted, but our guy didn't fight Delicious.
No, he did not. And it was kind of out of the blue sky. But like you said, I did want to talk about Redrick real quick, because Redrick would have been me. I've had rowdy friends that said about to fight, like, you get out of my face, and I'm not going anywhere.
Do you remember that day?
I'm not going to let you make a dumb decision right now.
Jamar is telling the truth, because there was a moment when I was in
Hamburger
that day
Man.
that man had touched my hair, and you was like, friend.
Don't be stupid.
I was like, but it'd be so easy.
No.
I kept saying, I was like, it's so easy. All I gotta do is just yank him one good time, and it's gonna be one hit. So that's why, Jamar, when he says that, believe him, because
I'm like, no, we're not about to do this, because I'm helping you. You don't know I'm helping you, but I'm helping you.
I'm your friend that's gonna reach for you, girl.
You're angry.
Because she knows if someone was, girl, I'm gonna reach for you, because Jamar ain't gonna get you. I'll get you. But there you go. So true tea.
I was very proud of Redrick for being like trying to be in Delicious's corner as much as she could, because everybody else was kind of like, girl, we don't buy it. And it was starting to build up, and I think that's why she was getting as defensive as she was. Child. And I was like you said, our guy was very calm. Didn't
she was back there throwing that bus. I was like, yeah.
He was unbothered.
What you gonna do?
He was unbothered.
What you gonna do? I thought that was you. I thought that was Delicious.
I was really trying to follow how this happened, because Delicious was being rowdy, saying all these different things.
I'll tell you. Because Akeem, his ears are wooden, so he can hear things that go through and out. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing in there. Yeah. So when Redrick was like, not even dealing with the situation anymore, but sort of had her back turned. And Delicious sitting there said punk ass N-word 2 times. Akeem, dummy drop, was like, it's the last time I heard this from her, all that kind of mess, whatever. The you know.
I'm glad they acknowledge that they heard her say this before.
Akeem was so quick. But I didn't think he did well enough, in my opinion, if he was gonna run up on somebody and bop them. And Desperate threw a couple of hits in there and on the top of the head or whatever. It was a very, under 5'7" fight. Very that. And our guy's face. The whole time they're fighting.
They edited that in there, but it was still funny. They stopped the music when he put it in.
It was the best. No. Chasing, excuse me. There were castmates from Chasing Atlanta, because I saw Gardini back there in the little scene, whatever, everybody. But to Gstatus, that was entertaining. I'm here for that.
That was great.
It was perfect.
And because he was the one that we would expect to be the one throwing the punches, it's just like, how did we get here?
Oh, his confessional was the tea, girl. Look at them. Disgusting.
All right, you finessed that really well.
Girl, I couldn't believe
you had
it.
to get your hands dirty. Akeem came out of nowhere, feeling his oats and just, I don't even know if they swapped each other. They just kind of tackled each other like they're playing football.
But they weren't real hits, but they were taps in little, they were overheads. There we go.
When you don't really hit them like with your knuckles, you hit them like with this part. Right, when you do it like this.
Yes, like you doing their nails, girl. Like you trying to comb their hair with them little nasty Q-lips. The little bits on them. Let me stop. Listen.
Oh, but baby, I saw the rage in Akeem's eyes. Akeem, he was ready to kill that girl.
Oh, even though Akeem has rage in his eyes, he still whispers when he's yelling.
What?
It just sounded like a ghost running through a hallway. Ooh, I didn't understand what was going on here. Shout out to our guy for getting him to his car. Where is my Uber? Was my line of the night. That was my line of the night.
Where is my Uber?
Where is my Uber? She had to put the emphasis on the Uber, girl. Like, but she was getting the key.
And then she caught her. And then, so, Akeem is, hot from the situation. Our guy is still, talking shit about the situation. Here come 4. Oh, but girl, I just don't know. I mean, what happened? Like, I heard this, that, like, girl, you are not in this.
You have got to be kidding me, do-rag. You have got to be kidding me.
You are not in this, girl.
My God. Throw her on somewhere else, please. Find Dre Simba's Cokety Coke self. Go on, baby. Find your friend at the restaurant. Get your guacamole and chips since you wanted to read her for what she be serving folks. Almost as bad as CPK. Almost.
That was like, this was probably the most entertaining that this season has had. I was so entertained by this whole situation. And then Jamel came out and was like, I was while I was in the club making brands or building brands, they was out here throwing hands. I said, they shaded you because by the time he said that, everybody else in the club was already gone.
Didn't he have a music video at the end of the episode?
He did.
I didn't see it.
I actually didn't mind it.
Congratulations.
I was like, this is not bad. This is actually not bad.
I'm so glad to hear that, Jamar. That's good. That's good.
It actually was not bad.
That's great.
There was choreography.
Shut it down. Was it an 8 count? Did it give a 24 spin? What's skimmer-rinky dink, skimmer-rinky doo. I love. Next subject, please.
So this is where I have to look at the producers of Gstatus, because y'all gave us a full dissertation on basically saying that you do not, the makers of Gstatus do not, align with the ideals of what Jalissa said and this, that, and the fourth. And she'll have limited, screen time from here on out. And both her and 4 have been reprimanded for their actions. And the actions were dealt with immediately at the time of taping, not a year later. And I'm just like, okay, great. I don't know how true that is because y'all just did this whole live thing this past week and nobody's heard about this for like the past year. And even the cast members are like, I mean, we didn't really talk too much about it at the time. We're only talking about it now that it's aired. So there's that. And that whole dissertation, grammar, punctuation, commas, periods, semicolons, all were missing in that dissertation.
Thank you. It's the longest sentence I've ever read in my entire life.
I thought it was over after the first long block of text. I'm like, oh, it kept going.
It didn't get, yeah, it was, and then there was another panel full of words. I was like, Jesus Christ. Why don't you just get the PA back on and do it again? Honestly,
somebody else, like, for real, somebody else from the crew should just came on, said that.
I was being sarcastic.
No, they really should, because it would have been better than trying to draw them blocks of text.
I probably would have understood.
It really would have been better than putting all them blocks of text with like, mistakes. That looked worse. Because I want y'all, because as, you know, Black, gay, queer people, we want to see programs that feature us, made by us, to be great. And when you air this with all these spelling errors and grammatical errors, it does not look great.
On top of the fuckery that you're showing. That doesn't help. Like, there's the product and then there's the environment.
So I was upset with them for that. I really was.
Love the show still, but there's...
Oh, yes.
There needs to be... There needs to be a conversation for sure after this season, and it needs to go in like a good 45-degree angle direction.
I'm interested to see how they're going to necessarily handle this because on one hand, yeah, the girls are not here for what Delicious said. And then it's like, okay, let's say if we take Delicious out of the situation, how much more interesting would the season have been?
Devon's on the cast, we're fine. we are just fine. My pop and first friend, yeah, we fine. We are fine. I don't know where else what are they gonna try to do? Akeem's gonna have another event at a restaurant? Like, what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Another fellowship's gonna take place?
I think they've learned after hibachi plus barbecue plus stop the violence.
Well, we're gonna see Charlie next week with his big kick bouncing self and see what, you know, this cheerleader.
Charlie in a minute. We haven't seen Charlie since barbecue for real.
Speaking of which, that's kind of how it felt with 4 too, when that whole fight broke out. So maybe that was their way of dealing with it, was cutting her scenes down for the next couple episodes until this recently just came up. Maybe that's how they're working it out. I don't know. $416, girl. I don't know.
I thought it was like $450. Was it $416?
$416. I'll never forget.
Doubt. Did they give sense?
No, but they put with that 16 at the forehead. I was like, is there another 0 coming up? Or was it just the plates that they fucked up? You know, was the restaurant able to use the wood that was left over from Redrick's head hit in the back of that chair? Help me out.
It was the broken glass. It was the broken plates. It was the carpet cleaning that had to be done after that.
That's right. And the walls, too. The walls had to be clean as well, because you know the walls was trashed after that. Oh, yeah. They had to do a deep cleaning. Mm-hmm.
So after this whole scene played out in the dissertation, then they allowed Delicious to come on screen and give her apology about what was said, and how she is moving forward, how this has affected her for the rest of her life, and how she's learned from the mistakes that she has made, which is, you know, the best that you can ask for in this situation. But Delicious is only one person. There's so many people that have that same mindset who are not Black and feel that they can use that language. So great that we got to her, but girl, there's a much wider range of people that need to be reached with this kind of
It's gonna happen again, so no thank you. No thank you.
Hope not.
No, it's going to. It's probably already happened. I'm with my friends and my family. No thank you. No, thank you. You and that 3 degrees of tint different. No, thank you. I'm good. The first time was the lesson, Jamar. The first time. She apologized on camera then.
No, she when?
Yes. And she said, remember. Where is this Lion King? Remember.
Shut up. Shut up.
Look, I shouldn't have said those things. I was in the heat of the moment.
Because I knew that based off just her makeup, I saw that was filmed recently. So I'm like, because I think that they filmed these confessionals almost like the week before these episodes come out.
I would be quite disappointed if that wasn't filmed immediately after that episode had taken place and that they needed to wait because they already felt the mood of how the episode was going to go. Really? 2020, we're flying with this shit?
I really think that's what's happening. It's like they're just judging it based off of how the previous episode went, and they're just getting together during that week and filming confessionals.
Same person that put their Mexican heritage in a place of being superior over Black people, but I'll be quiet. Mm. What you say, what you do, and what you imply, everybody. Intentions, actions, and words. I don't know what else I can break it down for you, but I've seen it. I see your intentions. I heard what you had to say, and I've seen your actions. No, thank you.
You know, I'll say this. I want to believe that this experience will work only because let's say that there's other people out there like her that we're trying to educate. I want to believe that by us trying to educate them and by us scrutinizing their actions, that it will do like a chain effect, like, oh, I'll realize that this is wrong and I'll be able to call out other people that I'm around that are wrong as well. It's like, if this doesn't work, what will work?
We're gonna have to talk to our brothers and sisters who are Black who facilitate that stuff too, to make sure that it's always checked and questioned. I'll give Sherrod a little bit of his open shirt by him saying that I wasn't feeling the king popping on my sis, but what she said was not okay. But has that conversation really taken place? Come over. Has it? The disposable floss while you flirt. Has it? Has it really set in? That's your friend. That should have been checked.
A lot of people were giving like Sherrod like the look like, so
girl, I know
here to her. What?
Listen, maybe he don't want to lose the ride.
You
ain't gonna tell that part. You ain't gonna tell.
He did say that there was a conversation had, whether or not it was on camera or not. Is we'll have to.
It wasn't deep enough. And we've seen Sherrod get deep. It wasn't deep enough. I'm good. I am. I'm good on it, y'all. I like this show. It's great. But that person in particular, who I actually liked from the beginning when I was watching it, being very real with you here. One time, I was mad. 2, you're done. It takes 2 for me. You ain't gonna, nope.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Second time, you died. So, like, I don't know who you never existed. So what I'm saying, Jamar, is I hope they do get better and I hope they make a change. I want that for them. But as for me accepting whatever, that wasn't my package. That didn't knock on my door. Amazon did not deliver. Resend. You're good. Work on you, come back later. Focus on things that you can actually make better. Like, not your music, but your actual inner self. Okay? Because we've seen your performance. Don't do that again. I can't we gotta talk about someone. I thought it was the worst thing I could have ever seen. I really hated it. It was bad.
That reminds me. Even they cut to this real quick. I don't know, and I might cut this out depending. Did you see when Cash De Niro started singing? That was recorded by Rico, and they're no longer together.
It's okay. that you said that. Because I was like, who is that goat dying on the microphone? Wait a minute. That short man who
now, he can sing, but
that wasn't the night.
Right
that
there
wasn't the night.
His best.
That was a couple drinks and maybe something in the back of the throat, cussing a storm out. But there was no cash.
I get up on the mic for a hot second.
Baby, that was not worthy of a quarter. No God. But I thought it to be funny that once you saw that, I said, oh, that's that man with halfway good advice until he got on that video and did all that extra.
That breakup was, oh baby, I was all into all the mess. I was looking at videos, live stream, screen recordings.
Like, why? That was my question. Why? Did that help anybody? Did it help? Did it help you, Jamar? Did you feel better after seeing that? Do you now know what not to do?
It was, I mean, honestly, the girls just wanted to be messy. The people just wanted to know and be nosy.
It would have been on somebody's tea report the next day anyways, girl. So, yeah.
I know, God, what was his name? What's his name? Nico? Do you know Nico?
Yes.
I know he is having the time of his life because they was both coming at him for a hot second, and now that they don't.
You sit back and you watch it fall. Sit back.
I had no dog in this fight, but it's just interesting to see the dynamic happen.
I enjoy a good garbage dumpster fire too, Jamar. For us to believe, because when they think they shit don't stink and that fire hits, whoosh, it just goes there. But again, I wish everybody peace and love. No, I do. I do. I honestly do. I don't wish hurt on nobody. And y'all, these are just jokes, FYI. So if anyone's like, Matt was going hard, that was just for comedic effect. This simply is that. This is still a show. Those are real people. When them cameras go off and they go back to their lives, we have no say so or anything of this. This is us just giving commentary on an edited reality series. So that, but I am disappointed with the texting on the screen, with the disillusionment of a person and their abilities and the words that come out of their mouth. And for the ventriloquist dummy being, I believe, the oldest cast member to put hands. That made no damn sense. That made
why you? Why is it you?
All people. I'm trying to be better. You couldn't possibly. Now, girl, I'll talk some smooth stuff, but unless you put your hands on me, I ain't jacking you up. I'm never going to be the one from the first hit. No,
I ain't about to catch a case.
Not for the first hit. Oh, I'll be in there for the defense.
Right.
I'll be in there for the defense.
I can claim
defense. Yeah. But we're not going to be in there for me.
For battery.
Oh, yeah. I may make you want to hit me.
It's a battle of wills at that point.
And that's what our guy did. Our guy got her so hot with calling her a liar that Miss Thing had to take off those cheap shoes and sit there and do Tom Cruise running starts. Nope. This was the episode. That was the G in the status. There was no hustle.
They ended with Tramel's song, which surprisingly I initially did enjoy and had a great time with.
Golly. Whew. Do you want to put
that was an episode.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to shade Tramel so hard. I just hate how he gets on his confessionals just like how Charlie does, and it's this piousness. It's like, oh God. He's really attractive. That's why I hate that.
Tramel is so much more likable offline than on the show. Because on live, and like everywhere else, he's cool as fuck. But on this show, it's like, maybe, I don't know if it's the production or you in front of the camera, something doesn't align. But yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, because I was low-key attracted until this season in particular, and I was just like,
you was?
It's kind of cute, yeah. Like, Ike is cute too, like, especially with that new confessional look he did.
Oh, baby, with the hat?
I'd have gave it.
I'm like, look, you...
When the dogs are barking.
I'm not even cutting that out.
A bitch will come and lock us.
That means it's time to go.
It does. It does. Because now we sitting there trying to find things nice about the show to talk about.
So again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you, friend, for coming. Let them know where they can find you on your social medias.
You can find me at Maddie Rants on both Instagram and of course here on YouTube with my channel, Maddie Rants, and on the Twitter at the Maddie Rants, TheMattyRants. I spelled it for you.
And in the odd chance that you're watching this and so happen to be currently watching Canada's Drag Race, we are on his channel talking about the Goop, the Gang, and the Giggle.
This is
over on Canada's Drag Race.
Did you use one of my old?
I did. Because we've been doing this for a long time.
Okay, y'all, you don't know. That is years of us doing reviews. That is an old thing I used to do. The gaggle, what was the giggle, the gag, and the goop.
Whichever order I put it in.
I love you for it. That was enough for me. I am full. Girl, she said that I'm dead. All right, I can't do this no more, Jamal. I'm out of here. G shit. All right.
Bye, everybody. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and do all the YouTube stuff.
Do things. We'll see you later.
Share, subscribe.
Washington, Washington, Washington.